From Neural Newscast, this is Nerfed, where games, culture, and strategy intersect.
Nerfed, GTA 6's billion-dollar bet, and Subnautica 2's massive wave. I am Vanessa Calderon.
And I'm Marcus Shaw. Today is May 15th, 2026, and the industry is currently vibrating with equal parts hype and existential dread. We're talking record-breaking launches and budgets that look more like small country GDPs.
Seriously, Marcus, if the numbers this week don't make your head spin, the studio drama definitely will. The sheer financial gravity of current game development is reaching a point where there is zero margin for error. We are seeing legacy franchises and indie darlings alike pushing into territory that feels both exhilarating and terrifying. It is a strange time to be a gamer, but an even stranger time to be an accountant in this industry. Let's start with the ocean's biggest sequel, which has managed to make a massive splash while simultaneously stirring up some very murky waters.
Subnautica 2 hit early access yesterday, and the response has been nothing short of a tidal wave. IGN reports it absolutely crushed it. Nearly 500,000 concurrent players on Steam in the first hour. It sold 1 million copies before most of us even finished lunch. This isn't just a win for Unknown Worlds, it is a testament to how much people missed the specific flavor of survival and exploration. The community has been starving for more of that alien deep-sea atmosphere, and clearly they were ready to dive back in the second the gates opened. The momentum here is incredible, especially considering how crowded the survival market has become lately. It seems the lure of the unknown still has a massive pull on the collective gaming conscious.
It's huge, but the water isn't exactly crystal clear, is it? While everyone's busy not being eaten by leviathans, Gaming Bolt points out that people are actually reading the EULA for once, and it's spicy. Apparently, players have to agree to extensive data collection that critics say might actually breach GDPR in Europe. You can't even play the game without saying yes to your data being sold. We are talking about biometric data, play patterns, and even some cross-platform tracking that feels a bit over the top for a game about building underwater bases and scanning fish. It's a classic case of a studio or a publisher trying to capitalize on a massive user base to fuel secondary revenue streams, but doing it in a way that feels incredibly intrusive to the very people who made the launch a success.
Right, and there's that clause about any content you create essentially belonging to Unknown Worlds. It's a bit of a buzzkill for a game that was the most wishlisted thing on Steam. This means streamers, YouTubers, and modders are technically operating on a very thin ice of ownership. It's a trend we are seeing more often, where the license agreement acts as a total land grab for user-generated content. It's a bit of a jump scare for the community, Marcus. You spend hundreds of hours building an incredible base or creating a cinematic walkthrough, only to realize the legal fine print says you don't really own the fruits of that labor. Word of mouth is still strong because the game itself is fantastic, but the vibe check on the legal side is coming back negative for a lot of veteran fans.
Well, if we're talking about jump scares, let's look at Nintendo. They've had a week. Former staff are calling the recent Switch 2 leaks a worst-case scenario. We just got the official Star Fox reveal for June 25th, which basically confirmed all the leaks from Nate the Hate were 100% real. It is rare to see Nintendo this exposed. Usually their information security is like a fortress, but the dam has truly broken. Every major beat of their summer showcase is now public knowledge, from the frame rates to the launch titles. It completely saps the energy out of those big reveal moments when the entire internet has already seen the internal presentation slides 3 weeks early.
It's a nightmare for them, Vanessa. Nintendo banks on that surprise and delight factor. It is the core of their marketing DNA. Now everyone is just waiting for the Ocarina of Time remake this Christmas like it's a foregone conclusion. The magic of that one more thing announcement is gone when the thing has been sitting on Reddit for a month. And to top it off, they're raising the console price by $50 in September. They're trying to soften the blow with these choose-your-game bundles, but the stock price is already taking a hit. investors are worried that the premium pricing might stall the momentum of the Switch transition, especially since the market is much more competitive now, with handheld PCs everywhere.
$50 is a lot when you're also being told the console is stabilizing. But let's pivot to the game that might actually break the world. We're hearing rumors that GTA 6's budget has eclipsed $1 billion. Billion! With a B. This is unprecedented territory. We have seen massive budgets before, but $1 billion suggests a level of scope and technical ambition that borders on the absurd. Rockstar is essentially betting the entire company, and perhaps a significant chunk of Take-Two's future, on this one single title being the biggest entertainment event in history. It is a high-stakes gamble that makes even the biggest Hollywood blockbusters look like low-budget indie films.
It's unfathomable. According to Jim Trinka at IGN, Rockstar is spending infinite resources on things like water physics and breakable glass. They are trying to create a world that is so immersive and reactive that it blurs the line between game and reality. But here's the kicker. They might need to sell 20 million copies on day one just to not be considered a disappointment. That is a mountain to climb, even for a brand as powerful as Grand Theft Auto. If this then doesn't perform exactly as planned, it could take the whole industry down with it. The ripple effect of a Rockstar failure would be catastrophic for investor confidence across the entire gaming sector. We are looking at a situation where the bar for success has been raised so high that even the clouds are beneath it.
It's a party or a funeral situation. If even GTA can't sustain these costs, what hope does a mid-tier studio have? We are seeing the middle ground of the industry vanish as everything moves toward these massive billion-dollar behemoths or small, hyper-efficient indie hits. Speaking of veterans, Katsuhiro Harada, the Tekken legend, just formed VS Studio with SNK. He left Bandai Namco after decades and is now looking to build something beyond tradition. Morgus, a Harada-led SNK project? That's a fighting game fan's fever dream. It represents a shift away from the corporate stagnation that often plagues older franchises. And it shows that there is still room for visionary creators to break away and try something radical.
It's massive for the genre, especially with Tekken 8 losing some flavor lately with the community due to those aggressive monetization updates. Having Harada at the helm of a new SNK venture could breathe life into the competitive scene in a way we haven't seen in years. And we have to mention Red Hook Studios. They made a stand this week on Reddit, confirming they will never use AI to replicate the voice of the late Wayne June for Darkest Dungeon. They said his delivery was human, and they won't erode his legacy by teaching a machine to mimic him. It is a powerful statement in an era where companies are rushing to automate everything they can to save a few pennies. They are prioritizing the soul of their game over technical convenience.
Respect to Red Hook for that. In an industry obsessed with efficiency, keeping that human element matters. It is that human touch that creates the atmosphere and the connection that keeps players coming back for years. From billion-dollar budgets to the soul of a narrator. It's been a heavy week, in the best way possible. We are seeing the industry struggle with its own scale, yet still finding these moments of profound artistic integrity. It is a reminder that while the numbers are getting bigger, the people making and playing these games are still looking for something real and something meaningful behind all the high-fidelity glass and water physics.
Definitely. Just watch out for those Forza Horizon 6 leaks if you're on Steam. Playground Games is already handing out hardware bans for anyone touching that unencrypted build. They are not playing around with this one. If you see a suspicious download link or a leaked developer build, stay far away unless you want your entire rig blacklisted from their servers. It's a messy end to a very loud week in gaming news. But that's the velocity we are moving at right now. Everything is happening all at once, and the stakes have never been higher.
Play it safe, folks. I'm Vanessa Calderon.
And I'm Marcus Shaw. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com. Check us out at Nerfed.ai. Thanks for listening to Nerfed.
This has been Nerfed on Neural Newscast, where games, culture, and strategy intersect.